Speedway Valley fans. I'm Sean Burns, your voice at Valley Speedway. Getting some hot lap sessions in here as we just had our USRA B-Mods on the racetrack. Running order tonight will be our Pure Stocks, B-Mods, Mod Lights, and E-Mod division all night long. So just an FYI, 50 cars checked in here at Valley Speedway for your King of Kansas City E-Mod division. Good field of E-Mods checked in here. 13 E-Mods on the field. Multiple feature winners. Brian Myers is in the house along with Race Martin. Race Martin picked up his first championship here at Valley Speedway this year. Has already locked it in, even though we still have one more points night here at Valley Speedway. But doing the math, Race Martin is your 2025 E-Mod champion. Still got some close battles in our USRA B-Mod division, along with our Mod Light division, just points separating the top two. So exciting as we've got 61 points separating Dilly Rafferty and Jeff Rafferty in your Mod Light division. In your Pure Stock division, current leader is Eddie Knoll out of Lawson, Missouri, with his father 43 points behind. So still got a lot of racing going on here in Austin Charles, and Sebastian Wolfenberger are 14 points only separating Austin Charles in our USRA B-Mod division. Last year's track champion here in 2024 and in 2025. Really tight battle is only 14 points separate, actually 33 points separate the top three. Sebastian Wolfenberger actually got over Travis Alexander in third. Sebastian Wolfenbarger in second, and Austin Charles, but only 33 points separate them. As we've got a few more B-Mods going to hot lap here. As kind of excited, got some new cars in the pits. Brad Smith is in the house. His son Dylan Smith is going to be running in the E-Mod division. Super excited about that. If you've been coming to Valley Speedway very long, you know that Brad Smith, multi-time track champion here at Valley Speedway, along with coming down the front stretch in that 05 machine, that is Jeremy Lyle. Jeremy Lyle out of Higginsville, Missouri. Got a new body on that 17K. That is Clint Baker. And back in the house, that's Dean Galvin in the 17. Josh Reinsdorf there in the 16 machine in the OK Tire sponsor, number 16. As we're going to get this set of hot laps up and going. Our high-flying class of the night will be our E-Mod division. Who's going to take the belt home tonight here in our King of Kansas City E-Mod division? Big race. Everybody wants to win. 20 laps of distance in all of our features except our USRA B-Mods. We'll be going 25 laps tonight. So lots of great racing here at Valley Speedway. We are live on Twitch. Want to thank our production staff, our production director, Victor Garcias, along with his staff, putting out our video tonight live on Twitch, and then tomorrow it will be on YouTube for you guys that want to check out some of the racing action. As pulling onto the racetrack, our 2025 track champion in our EMOD division in that Procurite Networks Elite Signs RPM Motorsports number 75. That is Race Martin. Behind him, one of our rookies this year in the 03 machine. That's Cameron England in the 0, which is the first time here this season. In the 0K, that is, I don't have him on my screen here, but there on the front stretch on the 98 machine, that is Dylan Smith. In that 75B machine, currently second in points. That is the 75B in that Upco Pet Supply sponsored machine. That is Brandon Royce. In the 27X machine, that's Gim Gout. Picked up his first feature win earlier this season. And in the 33 machine, headed down the back chute into 3 and 4, that is Kevin White. This is your EMOD division. That will conclude your hot lap session for our EMOD division. I believe we've got one more session lined up there in staging. Show Me Zero in the house tonight. Get down, check out their display behind the tower here, along with go down and get you some Valley swag down in our gazebo area, as we've got a ton of swag down there. In that 33 machine out of Green Valley, Missouri, that is Jeremy Curlis. And in that 32 Manthe Motorsports, Farmers Insurance, Pit Stop Catering, number 32, that is Austin Charles doing double duty tonight. In that 9 machine, that is Brian Meyer. In that 51 machine, that's High Fly and Mike Ryan tonight, as Cole Ryan working a shift at the fire department. So with the extra money on the line tonight for our EMOD division, Dad decides to get in the car. That's that's Adam Paul. Adam Paul in the 14P. That will conclude your hot lap session. Got a first-time driver out there right now in that 11E machine. Normally, Emmy Ryan driving that car, but tonight, Lloyd Weir from Weir Farm driving that car this evening. Looked pretty good in hot laps. As that will conclude our hot lap sessions for the evening. Up next will be our opening ceremonies here in about 8 minutes. So get down to the trackside concessions, grab you something cold to drink, good to eat, or go down and see Miss Paula down in our beer garden. But make sure you have a designated driver if you are having an adult soda tonight, as we want you to make it home safely and back here next week for the Helm Memorial. Sprint cars back in the house next week here at Valley Speedway. As it looks like we're kicking a muffler off the racetrack. Somebody lost a muffler, as mufflers are mandatory here at Valley Speedway due to city ordinance. But it looks like somebody lost one. I'm sure they'll be running all over here trying to find that thing. Those things are not cheap, but have to run a muffler here at Valley Speedway. Again, 20 laps the distance in all of our A features tonight except our USRA B mod. The USRA B mods will be going 25 laps tonight. King Kansas City running order tonight is Pure Stocks, B mods, Mod Lights, E mods. That is your running order for the entire night. As it looks like scoring is up here. Let's see if we've got any lineups up yet. Yes, we do. We've got lineups up. So we are getting close to starting here in just a few minutes. But again, make sure you make it down. See the Show Me Zero Missouri Highway Patrol booth down there. Get yourself some of the drinking goggles on. Try to walk the line. As we're sighted there in the house, Stacy and the crew down in our Valley Trackside concession serving up all the goodies this evening. Get yourself something good to eat, something cold to drink before we get our night started here at Valley Speedway, as we've got some real heavy hitters. It's good to see our A1 Trading Post Pure Stock division tonight. Got J.R. Billings is in the house, Chase Galvin in the house, along with Eddie and Ed Knowles. So we're going to have some great racing. Spencer Rife. So in our Pure Stock division, I expect that to be one heck of a burn barner tonight in our Pure Stock A1 Trading Post Pure Stock races this evening. Along with going to be doing some interviews during intermission with Justin Rafferty. Justin Rafferty picked up Battle of the Bull Ring win last night, along with his boy having his birthday party here tonight. So want to wish him a happy birthday. Had a birthday up here on the top of the grandstands there in our little party area. So happy birthday to the youngest, Rafferty, 5 years old. But be interviewing his father, and then after last week coming, well, we're not going to call it retirement, but celebrating 50 years of racing, Tom Charles will be doing an interview with me at intermission also. So excited to talk about how it felt to be back in a car after 50 years of racing. The transformation racing has taken in the 50 years of Tom racing. It will be interesting to talk about at their intermission. So again, lots of exciting things going on here. Again, opening ceremonies will be starting here in about 7 minutes. A great time to Go over, check out some of our swag in our gazebo. Along with, get yourself something good to eat, something cold to drink. Our high-flying class of the night will be our EMOD division, with it being our King of Kansas City EMOD division. As I see Tom Charles coming out on the racetrack, it leads me to believe that that muffler might have been off of that 32 machine, that Manthe Motorsports 32 machine. Know that car well. Drove that car to victory lane down at Electric City for the 1,500 to win. So keep an eye out on that car, as Austin Charles been out in it a couple times this year here at Valley Speedway and along at Nevada Speedway. So getting all the bugs worked out of that car. Had a good run down at Electric City, but we'll be back with you here in about 6 minutes to start our invocations and our opening ceremonies. Valley fans, I forgot to tell you, but after a medical emergency, Rick Hawkins, our flagman, will be back with us again next week. I want to thank Max Grogan for subbing for him while he had some heart surgery. Max did a great job for us here at Valley Speedway, so super excited to have Rodney back up, or what they call the Moose, back up in the flag stand after being off about 3/4 of the season here at Valley Speedway. So extremely excited about that. See some cars lined up in staging. So if it's that time of the night, if you would and are able, please rise for tonight's invocation. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for giving us this beautiful night that we can come out and enjoy the sport we love. Lord, we still have heavy hearts for the loss of Carly Kirk, and the mother of Tom Charles passed away this last week, and so we still have heavy hearts. So give us some peace. Give us peace in this country as we love and enjoy the freedoms that we have. Lord, keep your protective hand upon all of our drivers tonight, our crews, and our spectators. And let's have a great night of racing. In your loving name, amen. If you would, please remain standing for tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, and you see our dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular above her singing their can't through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
All right, Valley fans, it's that time of the night. Heat race action in our Pure Stock division. A1 Trading Post Pure Stock heat race number 1, starting on the pole in the 17X. That is Clint Baker. Starting outside of him in that maxed out truck sponsored number 7. That is Spencer Rife. Starting second row inside in the 86 machine. That is Blaine Hulker. And starting tailback on the field in that 0 machine, that is Chase Galvin. That will be our first of 2 Pure Stock heat races this evening. 8 laps the distance. As all of our staff gets back up into their spots.
All right, Pure Stock.
One spin rule in effect for our heat races. 2 spin rule in our features tonight. But this will be the first of 2 heat races for our A1 Trading Post Pure Stock division. Looks like the 17X of Clint Baker going to opt to go to the back. So we had to do a little bit of reshuffle here. That's going to move the 86 machine up 1 spot. The lineup is correct. Caution lights are out on the speedway. Them guys are tightening those belts up, cleaning those visors as they head down the back chute into the Rob's Trucking start zone. 8 laps the distance. And we are racing here at Valley Speedway. Spencer Rife, Chase Galvin, and the 86. Chase Galvin has to check up there a little bit as the 86 slid up the racetrack. But that gets Spencer Rife out to the point. 8 laps the distance. 1 lap down, leading that first lap, that's Spencer Rife. Nolker in second, Galvin in third. But, Spencer Rife slips up the racetrack there just a little bit, allows the 86s. We've got them 3 wide in 1 and 2. But looky there, Spencer Rife battling back there on the inside. The 86 machine pushes up the racetrack that time by, as we've got them 3 wide, 3 deep, sell them cheap in this first of 2 pure stock A1 Trading Post Pure Stock Division, as the 86 machine gets a good run there, pulls up front. Spencer Rife bobbles there just a little bit, slips back to third. Chase Galvin starting from the rear up to second. Sitting P2 wants to be P1, as we've got 4, make that 5 laps this time by, as we're 3 wide again. Coming down the front stretch, the 86 machine. Galvin gets a good run there on the bottom side, not able to make it stick, as the white flag will come out. Not this time by, but next time by, as we've got them 2 wide going down the front stretch, nose to tail. What a race we've got going on here at Valley Speedway for our first heat race of the evening. Chase Galvin right on the rear bumper. Diamonds down the racetrack, as we've got them side by side, and a new leader that time by, the 0 of Chase Galvin. The 86 and the 7. That is your top 3. Baker in 4th, but coming to the checkers. Oh no, gets a little out of shape there, as we've got them all crossed up.
All right, drivers, caution lights are on, complete race.
The caution lights are on, complete race. Little bit of little craziness there coming out of 4, but your heat race winner coming down the front stretch. Got a for sale sign on that pure stock, the 0 machine of
right,
Chase Galvin.
Go around the top of the track a couple laps, rolling.
All right, up next in our second heat, starting on the pole in the 43 machine, that's J.R. Billings. Starting outside of him in the 45 machine, that is Mike Ross. Starting inside row number 2 in the 15E, that is Ed Knoll, and starting outside of him in the 15, our current points leader here at Valley Speedway in our A1 Trading Post Pure Stock Division, that'd be the young man, 14-year-old Eddie Knoll. Picked up a win, or multiple wins here this year. As we're going to run the top side in just a little bit. We got a little bit of moisture here yesterday, so racetrack got tons of grip in it tonight. As we're going to make sure we keep this thing ran in all evening, so we're going to run that top in just a little bit.
All right,
good to
drivers,
see a few more pure stocks in the house tonight again. Chase Galvin picking up that first heat race win. J.R. Billings on the pole of this second one. Ross, Ed Knoll, and Eddie Knoll. That is your running order, as caution lights are out on the speedway. We'll go green flag this next time by. They can pick it up a little bit there on the entrance of turn 3, but gotta be side by side at the cone. Green flag high in the air. J.R. Billings steps on the loud pedal. Hustles them on down into 1 and 2. Ed Knoll working that bottom side, able to get around Ross. Ross holds up the young gun there in that 15 machine of Eddie Knoll, but out to the point. Leading that first lap, that is J.R. Billings. J.R. Billings, Ed Knowles right there on his rear bumper, trying to work that bottom side of the racetrack, but Billings able to hold him off that time by, as Eddie Knoll trying to work around that 45 machine of Mike Ross. Got him side by side down the back, shooting through 3 and 4 for that third place position. Eddie Knoll able to get around him that time, as we've got a good battle as Eddie Knoll follows right down his footsteps of J.R. Billings. Ed Knoll trying to figure out what he can do to get around that car. Gets up against the cushion, causes him to get a little bit tight, allows J.R. Billings to get out just a little bit further. About 2 car length advantages. We are 5 down, 3 to go this time by. 5 down, 3 to go this time by. Ed Knowles regathers himself, going to try to run down that 43 machine of Billings. Pulls within about right to his rear quarter panel. Still not able to get around that 43 machine. As that, we got 6 laps down, 2 to go. J.R. Billings. Ed Knoll. Ed Knoll drives her in deep there, pushes up the racetrack just a little bit, allowing Billings to get out about a car length advantage. J.R. Billings headed down the back chute. Ed Knoll going to move one last chance here, see if he can get around that 43 machine. He will not. Your heat race winner in your second A1 Trading Post Pure Stock Heat Race of the
All right,
evening.
Drivers, that is a complete race, driver.
That
Caution
is
lights are on.
Junior Billings. Ed Knoll in second, Eddie Knoll in third, and Mike Ross in fourth. That'll conclude our A1 Trading Post Pure Stock division for the evening. Up next on the racetrack will be our USRA B-Mod division. 2 heats tonight. Starting on the pole of your first heat is the 51 M of High Flying Mike Ryan. Starting outside of him in the 17, that is Dean Galvin. Starting inside row number 2 in the OK, that is Tracy Killian. And starting outside of him in that 16 machine, that's Josh Reinsdorf. Starting inside row number 3, currently sitting third in points in that 36 machine out of Tonganoxie, Kansas, that is Travis Alexander. And starting tailback, picking up feature win number 2 on the season last week here at Valley Speedway in that 75 machine, that is Sebastian Wolfenberger. Going to run that top side in just a little bit more. As that Northland ready mix number 51, a High Flying Mike Ryan, going to lead him around the top side here. Keep an eye out on that number 75 machine in that Procure It Networks, Kings Truckings, Elite Signs machine of Sebastian Wolfenberg starting their tailback, picking up his second career feature win here last week in our USRA B-Mod division. We're going to go ahead and get them racked up here.
All right,
this
drivers,
time
line
by.
them up on
Caution
the front
lights will
straight.
go
Drivers,
out.
Line them up on the front straight, and we'll give you 1 to go this time.
1 to go this time by. 8 laps the distance. Again,
All right, drivers, caution
the
lights on. We'll
1
go
lap
green
or
flag
1
this
spin
time.
rule
Starting
is
fourth
in
to come
effect
8
in our
laps. Here we go.
heat races here at Valley Speedway. Mike Ryan rolling them up there down the back chute. Going to head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. They can pick her up there at the pole just a little bit. Got to be side by side at the cone. Green flag flies. Green flag flies. We'll see if our traffic controller going to let that go. It looks like it, but looky there. From the tail up to third, the 75 of Sebastian Wolfenberger. Sebastian Wolfenberger working that bottom side, able to get around Galvin there for second. Went from P6 to P2 in 1 lap. 2 laps down, High Flying Mike Ryan out to the point as Galvin gets a little crossed up there. Josh Rizdorf had to do a little evasive, but able to cross him back over and get back to that 3rd spot. Working that bottom side. Got a good battle for that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place position as Travis, as we've got him 3 wide coming off the backstretch into the wall. Tim Galvin able to keep it going. We're going to stay clean and green. But Travis Alexander up to third as looks like we've got, I'm going to say, a broke J-bar on that. Yes, it is.
Yellow's on.
Yellow is on. We'll need a
Go
wrecker
low in
on the
one,
front
go low in
stretch
one, go
as
low
the
in
J-bar looks like it's broke on that 75 machine. On these race cars, they've got, it'll be a rear hook. On these cars, they have what they call a J-bar. It's a bar that holds the rear end center in the race car. When Galvin got into that wall there coming off
Alright,
at
driver,
2,
line up into
looks
the
like he
door
might
down,
have broke
four
the
to go,
J-bar in
get a
that car as that
couple
rear
laps
end
to
is shifted over to
17
one
off.
side as him and Josh and Reinsdorf in that 16 machine and Travis Alexander were racing hard coming off a 3-3 wide. Not quite enough room. Galvin getting into the wall there, breaking J-bar. Hopefully he can get that back pit side and get that car fixed. Hopefully just broke a bolt. But your running order right now in that 551M machine, that's high flying Mike Ryan. From 6th to 2nd, great night for passing points here at Valley Speedway for Sebastian Wolfenberger. Barger, excuse me. As we're going to put these cars to the infield, get that 17 up on the hook and off the racetrack, get back to action as we're 4 laps down, 4 to go, so we're halfway home in this first USRA B-Mod heat race this evening. Beautiful night out here at Valley Speedway. But while we got a break in the action, get down to the trackside concessions, grab yourself something good to eat, or go down and see Miss Paula in our beer garden, have an adult soda. But again, if you are drinking this evening, please make sure you have a designated driver, as we want you to make it home safe and back here again next week for the Hell Memorial. Sprint cars in the house, non-wing sprint cars in the house next week for the Hell Memorial race. Our last night of racing here at Valley Speedway for the season. So make your plans, get ready for one more great night of sprint car racing here at Valley Speedway. As we do get that 17 machine up and on the hook, we'll get him pulled to the infield. As it looks like he might have a spindle bent also there on the right front. There's a little cattywampus there.
We'll go 1 to go.
Hopefully
this
they can get
time.
that thing
Or
put
actually,
back
we'll
together
shut
and make
off
the
when it
A
goes
main
green flag when you come
later
around
this
time. We got
evening.
4 laps to go. We'll finish this one up and then get the 17 to the pit.
All right, caution lights are going out.
All right,
Yes, they
driver,
are.
lights are out.
We go
Started in
single
4
file
laps
in
to
all
go.
of our
4
heat
down, 4
races.
to
So
go.
out to the point, high flying Mike Ryan, Sebastian Wolfenberger, and Travis Alexander. That is your top 3 as they head off into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. No passing before the cone. On the loud pedal, green flag high in the air. Sebastian Wolfenberger goes to that bottom side. Mike Ryan kind of blocking there just a little bit as we've got him side by side coming out the back chute. High flying Mike Ryan able to carry a little momentum, but looky there, we've got our first slide job. Well, not quite. High flying Mike Ryan able to battle back there on the top side. Momentum's the winner tonight. High flying Mike Ryan back to the point. Sebastian Wolfenberger got to have to regroup, see if he can get around that 51 machine. Travis Alexander in 3rd, Josh Ronsdorf in 4th. That is your top 4. 6 laps down, it'll be 7 this time by Sebastian Wolfenberger. Dives it in deep as we've got him side by side at the flag stand. White flag in the air. Gonna have to make it happen this time by. Not able to make it happen as high flying Mike Ryan able to pull out just about a half a car length. Wolfenberger drives it in deep there, but your heat race winner tonight in your USRA B-Mod division.
All right,
First
driver,
of
back
two
to
heat
the
races,
complete
high
race
flying Mike
driver,
Ryan
complete
in that
race.
Northland Medi Mix Weir's Farms. Double D Racing coming down the front chute. Northland Ready Mix, Double R Racing, Weir's Farm sponsor machine of High Flying Mike Ryan, picking up that first heat race of the season. Also, we got that Arrival Live tent down here. Show Me Zero. Got T-shirts down there, giving away a few T-shirts. Go down and put you some drunk goggles on, as we're going to run the top side in here just a little bit as I pull up the lineup for our second heat race of the evening, starting on the pole. In that Kenny's Tile sponsored number 99, that is Brad Smith. Starting second on the field in that Kling Automotive sponsored 81 machine of Austin Charles, our current points leader. Starting inside row number 2 in that 5 machine, that is Jeremy Lyle. Starting outside of him in the 8 machine, that's Terry Bruner. Starting inside row number 3, that 25 machine of David Chapman. And starting tailback on the field in that R&S Automotive Elite Signs sponsored number 14, that is Cameron Grindstaff.
Work on lining them up on the front straight.
Gonna line them here up on the front stretch. Caution lights will go out. Next time by, we are racing here at Valley Speedway. Good to see Brad Smith back in the house here at Valley Speedway.
All right, drivers, we'll shut
multi-time
we'll go green flag
track
racing.
champion
This
here,
time,
along
lap
with
started, the
one.
cone in 4. Here we
I
go.
couldn't tell you how many features here in this B-Mod division. But we've got them racked and stacked and ready to attack this Valley quarter-mile racetrack as they head down the back chute into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Can start picking it up now, but got to be side by side at the cone. Good start that time by Brad Smith out to the front. Terry Bruner, something broke on that car as we've got a car up off the racetrack. Caution on the speedway. Caution on the speedway for Terry Bruner in that 8 machine. Something going awry on that car as it just shot right up the racetrack there, coming out of 2. He's backing up. Let's see if he's got something. Terry will be able to join the rear of the field.
All right, be a complete restart.
Because it'll be a complete restart. No laps scored.
We'll go 1 to go at the flag stand, drivers. 1 to go at the flag stand.
All right, we've got them lined back up here, ready to go. 8 laps of distance in this second USRA B-Mod heat race of the evening. Caution lights out on the speedway.
All right, drivers, safety lights down. 8 laps is the distance. Here we go.
Caution lights are out. We'll go green flag this time by 8 laps of distance. No laps scored. Green flag high in the air. Brad Smith with a really good start that time. Lyle working that bottom side. Austin Charles on the top, but I don't think our traffic controller did not like that start. Gotta be side by side.
We're going to give 1 to go at the flag stand. 1 to go at the flag stand.
At the gotta be side by side. You could see Max Grogan, our traffic controller, giving him the warning. If they're not side by side at that cone, this time by, the first row will go back a row, the second row will go up in front as they head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Green flag high in the air. I don't know if our traffic controller is going to let that one go. We'll see. But Brad Smith out to the point. Lyle in second. Charles in second, Lyle in third, Cameron Grindstaff in fourth. As we've got one lap down that time by Brad Smith, Austin Charles, Lyle. That is your top three. Preferred line right now seems to be the high side. A lot of high side hustling going on. Brad Smith out to about a 2.5, maybe 3 car length advantage over the 81 of Austin Charles. Austin Charles pulling double duty tonight. Was in that 32 machine. Also for our EMOD division. So keep an eye out for that young man tonight. Getting a lot of seat time as we've got 4 laps down. That time by halfway home. 4 to go in this second USRA B-Mod heat race of the evening. Brad Smith pulls out to about a 4.5, 5 car length advantage over Austin Charles. Lyle settles into third there. Grindstaff into fourth. Racetrack got a ton of moisture. Really, really looking good this evening. As we've got 6 laps down. That time by Brad Smith, Austin Charles, Lyle have checked out from the field here just a little bit. Austin Charles runs it in deep as time's running out. For that 81 machine is Brad Smith. Working that top shelf to perfection. Ripping the lip. Going to run her down through 3 and 4. Austin Charles dives down in there. Not able to make it work, and your heat race winner of our USRA second heat race of the evening in our B-Mod division, Brad Smith. Starting on the pole and winning that heat race, but coming down through 3 and 4.
That is a complete race, drivers, complete race.
Down the front stretch in that Kenny Tiles. Birch Construction, number 99. Let's let him hear it, fans. Brad Smith. Up next on the racetrack will be our Mod Light division. Starting on the pole in the 04 machine, that is Zach Christopher. Outside of him, rookie, only been in the race car 8 times this season, that 31 of Ryan White. Starting second row inside in that 22, that's Kevin Lindenbell. Starting outside of him in the 34 machine, that is Tyler Farrell. Starting inside row number 3 in that 3 machine, that's Nathan Wolf out of Lee Summit, Missouri. Starting outside of him in that 47 machine, that is Ed Griggs. And starting tail back on the field, your 4-time national champion. Also currently leading the national points this time by won the Race of Champions up at Boone, Iowa here a couple of weeks ago.
At the flag stand, you will get the
we'll give them the one to go this next time by. 8 laps the distance in this first of 2 IMCA Mod Light heat races this evening.
All right, drivers, caution light will go out. We will go green flag racing.
Caution light is out on the speedway. We'll go racing this next time. Bye. Christopher and White lead them down the back chute into the Rops Trucking start zone. Again, got to be side by side at the cone. Green flag flies. Green flag flies. As we've got them 3 wide, headed off into 3 and 4. Christopher working that bottom side. White there on the top. Good run for that young man. Looky there. Mike going to lead his first lap working that top side. Looky there. Rookie leads his first lap ever. That is Ryan White. Ryan White. Nathan Wolf hustles there on the bottom side. Catfishing around. Going to take over that lead. Tyler Farrell and Ed Griggs trying to work that bottom side. But we have a new leader that time by Nathan Wolf, Tyler Farrell, Ryan White, Ed Griggs. That is your top 4s. We've got 3 wide for that 3rd place position. Ed Griggs, Ryan White. Ryan White battling back there on the top side, but up to third. That is the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty up to third from the tail. Ryan White falling back there just a little bit. Ed Griggs right there in the tracks of that 46 machine of Dylan Rafferty. But out to the point right now, 4 laps down, 5 laps down this next time by. That is the 3 of Nathan Wolf. Dylan Rafferty able to get around that 34 machine of Tyler Farrell that time by to pull it into second place. We'll see if he can run down that 3 machine of Nathan Wolf, as we'll have 6 laps down this time by, 2 to go. 6 laps down, 2 to go that time by. Close the distance quite a bit there on Nathan Wolf. Working the bottom side in 1 and 2, the top side in 3 and 4. Seems to kind of be the preferred line. But Nathan Wolf takes the white flag with Dylan Rafferty right there with him. Dylan Rafferty works that top side, D's off the racetrack. And yes, we got a new leader down the back chute. Coming down the front chute to get those checkers, that is Dylan Rafferty. Nathan Wolf in second, Ed Griggs in third, Tyler Farrell in fourth. That is your top 4.
All right,
coming from the tail to pick up.
There's a car spunning forward. Just keep an eye out for that when you come around.
The heat race win in our IMCA Mod Light division. Your 4-time national champion in that Rafferty chassis. Rafferty Excavations, number 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Up next on the racetrack, starting on the pole in the 84 machine, that's Joe Gunn. Starting outside front row in the 69, that's Jim Masony. Starting inside row number 3 in that 8N machine, that's William Nobles. Starting outside of him in the 41, that is Michael Rafferty. Starting inside after picking up a win last night in that 75 machine, that is Justin Rafferty. Outside of him in that 98 machine, that's Jeff Rafferty. Starting tailback on the field, that is Randy Hilton. Hinton, excuse me. 8 laps of distance. Caution light is out. Got to be side by side at the cone. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing. We are 3 wide. Noble there to the bottom side. Justin Rafferty. We're 4 wide through 1 and 2. Michael Rafferty hustling on the top side. Goes from 4th to 1st in the first half a lap. Justin Rafferty up to 2nd. Jeff Rafferty to 3rd. The top 3 all Raffertys. Michael Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Jeff Rafferty, as we've got 2 laps down. 6 to go in this second IMCA Mod Light heat race of the evening. Right on Mike Rafferty's bumper. Whoa, Michael Rafferty bobbles just a little bit, allows Jeff Rafferty to get up underneath Justin Rafferty, as Justin had to whoa up there entering 1, had to regather himself, as we'll have 4 laps down, halfway home this time by. Justin Rafferty battling back there, as we've got him 2 wide for that P2 spot. Justin Rafferty. Jeff Rafferty battling, but Jeff Rafferty will beat P2 that time by. Michael Rafferty out to about a 7, maybe 6 car advantage here, as we have 6 laps down, as we've got 1 around. Looks like the C4 of Randy Hinton gets around, brings out that caution. Michael Rafferty surely not wanting to see that, as he'd gotten out to a not quite a second lead. Hinton will have to take that back track side.
All right, drivers, lineup is good. 5 down, 3 to go. You're going to get 1 to go at the flag.
5 down.
All right, drivers, lights out. We'll go green flag this time. C4, you have to take it to the pits for the caution.
That's C4. I'll have to take it to the pits for a caution.
You got it back, and the back just swap it down.
All right, the lineup is correct. 5 laps down, 3 laps. Dash to the finish here. Caution lights are out into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Michael Rafferty on the loud pedal. Justin Rafferty working that high side hustle, trying to get around his dad there in that 98 machine. Justin Rafferty with a good run that time by as we may have him. Nope, almost 3 wide there. Could throw a blanket over the top 3. Michael Rafferty bobbles there just a little bit, allows Justin Rafferty to work that bottom side, or Jeff Rafferty, excuse me. Justin Rafferty working that top shelf to perfection as we've got 1 lap to go. Who's going to win this heat race as Michael Rafferty goes to the bottom side. Justin Rafferty's to the top. There you go. Justin Rafferty. Michael Rafferty runs it in deep, but your heat race winner will be the Wholesale Batteries number 75 of Justin Rafferty.
All right, drivers.
Picking up a second heat race win in our IMCA Mod Light division. Coming down the front stretch in that Wholesale Batteries number sponsored machine. That is Justin Rafferty. Michael Rafferty in second, Jeff Rafferty in third. That is your top 3. Up next on the racetrack will be our E-Mod division. 2 heat races starting on the pole. Your 2025 Valley Track champion. That is Race Martin and that Pureit Networks Elite Sign. Rick Beebe Heating and Cooling sponsored machine. Starting outside of him in the 27K, that is Jim Gout. Starting inside row number 2 in that 51C machine, that's High Flying Mike Ryan. And outside of him in the 9 machine, picked up multiple feature wins here this year. In that 9 machine, that is Brian Myers. Starting inside row number 3 is the 98 machine of Dylan Smith. Starting outside of him is Austin Charles. Caution lights are out as they head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Gotta be side by side at the flag stand. Don't know if I don't think he liked it, as we've got one off the racetrack and into the wall. Yellow is on for the 11E machine of Lloyd Weirs. First time ever in a race car, not the way you want to end your heat race. Jumped the cush there, went up over the racetrack, got into the safer barrier there, as we'll get that car up on the hook. Did not score a complete lap, so it'll be a complete wreck. Eight laps of distance. Wasn't sure if our traffic controller was going to let that one go, as it looked like the 75 machine jumped there just a little bit. Got to be side by side at the cone. Something new we're trying here, trying to make the racing a little bit better for our fans. Everybody excited tonight, racing for extra money in our King of Kansas City E-Mod division. Also our high-flying class of the night. So later this evening, we will be pulling those guys out and gals up on the front stretch, getting them out of the cars, throwing some Frisbees up into the stands for the kids, as it looks like the 11 machine able to pull off. Seen the car move there just a little bit. Looks like they're going to have to get it up on the hook.
All right, drivers, be a little bit of a delay here. They're going to have to get this one.
Wow, we've got a break in the action. Get down, check out our gazebo with all of the new Valley Speedway merch. Swag, as the kids would call it. Get yourself a new t-shirt, new sweatshirt. And also go down and see Miss Paula down in our beer garden. Get you an adult soda. Make sure, if you are partaking, that you have a designated driver this evening, as we want you to make it home safe and back here next week as we work to get that 11E machine up and off the racetrack. But no laps scored, 8 laps of distance. Going to be a complete restart, as it looks like the 11E machine up off on the hook. Got some debris at turn 4, I believe.
But we're going to have an official looking for some type of debris in 4. So there's going to be an official on the track in turn 4 looking for some debris here.
Got some debris up on the top side of the racetrack there. Looks like somebody might have lost a muffler. What it looks like. All
right, drivers, safety light's going to go out. Safety light
racetrack.
down. We'll go green flag this time.
We're going to go green flag this time by 8 laps of distance in this first of 2 heat races here. Green flag high in the air. Ray Smart and high flying Mike Ryan. That's your top 2. Dylan Smith in 3rd. Brian Meyer right there with him. Is basically, we've got a 2x2x2. Austin Charles trying to work around that 27K machine. But out to the point, the 20 or the 75 of Race Martin. Three laps down, 5 to go. Make that 4 laps this time by halfway home for Race Martin. High flying Mike Ryan. Race on the racetrack right now is for that 3rd and 4th place position between Dylan Smith and Brian Meyer. Brian Meyer working the bottom side, catfishing around. Dylan Smith working the top shelf. As we've got a good battle shaping up. Austin Charles in 5th. White flag this time by, as high flying Mike Ryan cuts into that lead over Race Martin. Dylan Smith up into 3rd comfortably now over Brian Myers. But your heat race winner in that Procure Networks, Rick Beebe Heating and Cooling Elite Signs, number 75 machine. That is Race Martin. Coming down the front stretch, fans. Let's let him hear it. Our heat race winner tonight, Race Martin. Up next on the racetrack, our second heat race of the evening, starting on the pole, our rookie here at Valley Speedway, Cameron England. Starting outside of him, currently second in points in that 75B, that is Brandon Royce. Starting inside row number 2 in that 14P, that is Adam Paul. Starting outside row number 2 in that 4th position, that's the 33 of Kevin White. Starting tailback on field in that 3rd row, that's the 33X of Jeremy Curlis. And starting tailback on the field in that 0 machine, that is Dakota Gerard. Keep an eye out on that 0 machine, extremely fast. Multi-time feature winner. At several racetracks, picked up a feature win here earlier this year in that 0 machine.
All right, drivers, we'll shut the lights off. We'll go green flag this time. Sorry about that.
All right, lights are going to go off this time by.
Green flag this time.
Green flag this time by. England and Royce on the front row. As they head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Got to be side by side at the cone. Green flag high in the air. We are racing here at Valley Speedway. English gets a good run there on the bottom side. Oh, looky there. Gerard makes a good run on the top side there. From the rear up to second, Braden Royce leads that first lap. Gerard in second. Gerard working that top side to perfection. Seeing what he can do to get around that 75 machine of Braden Royce, but Braden Royce will lead that lap as Gerard right there on his rear bumper. Gerard turns it down the racetrack. England gets a little sauced up. Adam Paul tags the rear of him, but we're going to stay clean and green as Gerard working that top side, trying to get around that 75 machine of Braden Royce. See if he can make it happen this time by carrying that momentum, and he does from the tail to the front in the 0 machine. That is Dakota Gerard. Braden Royce in second, Jeremy Curlis in third, and Kevin White. That is your lineup. Five laps down this time by, 3 to go. As we've got a good battle starting to shape up for that second place position as Jeremy Curlis works the bottom side there, trying to get around Braden Royce. As we've got them side by side going through 3 and 4. But out to the point is that 0 machine of Dakota Gerard. Still got him good racing for that second place position as Braden Royce able to hold off that 33 machine. As the white flag comes out this time by. 7 down, 1 to go. Braden Royce doing everything he can to keep that P2 position over Jeremy Curlis. Drifts up the racetrack. Jeremy Curlis gets a good run, runs down the back of the racetrack, trying as we got him side by side coming off of turn 2. Braden Royce will hold him off running second. But your heat race winner, Dakota Gerard.
All right,
heat
drivers,
race winner tonight.
Complete race drivers, complete
Dakota
race.
Gerard, Braden Royce, Jeremy Curlis putting on a good show. That will conclude our heat races of the evening. Waiting on Race Command to tell me when we're going to start. 8:15. 8:15 was when we're going to start our A feature events. I'm going to head down trackside here. I've got a couple interviews to do. Kids, the bus coming out. get in line here. And actually, you don't have to be a kid. If you want to be an adult and ride along, you sure can. See what it's like to run a few laps around this quarter-mile racetrack. But I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to turn a little bit of music on. Actually, I'm not going to turn the music on. I'm sorry, because I'm going to go down and do some few interviews. So I'll see you down here in just a sec. Make sure you make it down to the trackside concessions while we have a break in the action. Again, features starting at 8:15.
If we got any more bus riders, come on down. We'll do one more session, I believe, after this one. So come on down, get in line here do your bus ride. As it looks like I might have got stood up for my interviews that I was supposed to. Nope, there comes Justin Rafferty. I see him coming. We'll get up here in the flag stand here in just a minute and do a interview with Justin. All right, Valley fans, up here in the tower with Justin Rafferty. Justin Rafferty picked up a heat race win here earlier this evening, last night at Electric City, picking up a win, beating his cousin Dylan Rafferty, which doesn't happen often, led every lap of that. So pretty excited about that. Also, his little boy's birthday is today, and they had a birthday party for him here later up in the party booth. So Justin, man, season's getting better. Had a good run at the Nationals. Tell us about what's going on. I mean, because your dad, and these new chassis that you guys got are definitely getting some speed and starting to hunt down that 46 machine.
Yeah, we've been tinkering with some things the last couple of weeks, and I mean, as much as I love to go fast, man, I'd love seeing the old fart getting quicker. The last couple of weeks, we put some new tires on that thing, and got a second. I think he got third or fourth at David's race, and he had a pretty decent showing up at the Nationals. So we're probably getting these things figured out. They're a whole different animal than our old cars. We started with the old DR46 setup, but we've tinkered with them from there. So a little different bar angles to change our driving styles. You know, I like to throw it in on the right rear a little harder than Dylan and Dad like to drive it in on the right front. So we're getting things figured out. Having a good night. That heat race was a blast, I'll tell you what. Door to door with Dad and all over Michael. I was late because we were working on Mike's car trying to get that wheel hop out of it. That thing was bouncing all over the place. So had a good show last night at Electric City in Butler. Didn't do too hot in the heat, but started 6th in the feature, took the lead on lap 1 and led all 20 laps. Had the 46 knocking on my door the whole race, but it was a good show.
Yeah, I bet. And just a couple weeks ago, you guys were up at Boone at the Nationals, and you made the show, which is a tough deal. Anytime you could make the show, and you were the hard charger too, I believe, or very close to being the hard charger, coming from the rear to run 7th, I believe, 8th, which is quite a feat there at Boone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we had 88 cars from, I want to say, 14 states, Canada, and Australia. So there's drivers from all over the world there. The only 2 local guys to make it were me and Dylan. The Nathan Wolf, my dad, Tyler Farrell, they all went with us. Dylan and I were the only 2 to make the show out of 88 cars. I started, 22nd, went plus 14 to 8th place. Dylan finished 5th. So it's a stacked field out there. It's a blast. Since IMCA's adopted us, it's been 4 years now. So that's the 4th Super Nationals, and this was the fourth year we're racing for national points. So just I know everybody hates seeing Dylan win. Heck, I hate seeing Dylan win every week too. But we've had 4 national championship tours. He's a 4-time national champion. He's the only IMCA Mod Light national champion in history. At that Super Nationals, he's got 2 wins under his belt, and we've got 2 other drivers that picked up wins the last 2 years. So I know I run second a lot, but it's nice to run second to one of the fastest guys in the nation.
Yeah, for sure. I know he picked up the Race of Champions there at Boone, which I mean, running against all the champions, that's a pretty good deal. But like I said, your program, your dad's program, really, really coming along, and Ed Griggs, still not a slouch. Seen him take the bounty off of Dylan up at Electric City, too. So really, really starting to get extremely competitive in this IMCA Mod Light division.
Yeah, back in the old days, 8 years or so ago, we all had older cars, older equipment, and we were all on a level playing field. Dylan had a big step in equipment, not calling him a slouch or nothing. I mean, the man's been one of the fastest in the nation for a long time, but really building these Rafferty chassis has kind of bumped up the whole family's equipment, and this year building two for me and my dad has really changed everything, and that absolutely could not have been done without Wholesale Batteries. Randy and the whole Wholesale Batteries crew really helps us out a lot, and he's really helped our program. And up until this year, Dad and I are both running the same 2004 cars we've ran for the last 20 years, and my dad's old car's still here. Every Wholesale Batteries car besides mine and my dad's, the two new ones. The other three cars we have, they're all 2004s, and they're competitive with competitive drivers. So you don't have to have top of the line equipment to win a Mod Light race. Everything helps, but we've just changing, updating cars over the years. It's nice to know you can still win with a 20-year-old car.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, Justin, thank you so much for coming up and spending a little time with me. I'm going to make a prediction. I think you're not going to run second. I think you're going to win this thing tonight.
I sure hope so. That's the plan. I tell you, last time I was up on this flag stand getting interviewed by you, you interviewed me down there. So we'll just make it a date and meet me down there tonight.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you again, Justin, for coming up and talking with us. We love doing this with our drivers, letting our fans get to know you guys just a little bit better. Again, about 18 minutes till a feature time. So get up here, get yourself something good to eat, something good to drink. I'm going to grab a cheeseburger myself, and I'll be back with you here in just a few minutes. All right, Valley fans, about 11 minutes before our first A feature event down here at the flag stand with the legend himself. Last week I called him the dinosaur. Tom Charles celebrated 50 years of racing consecutive every year for 50 years. Last week here, I just ate a cheeseburger.
You're all right.
I'm spitting out stuff. Tom, how different was it? I mean, a couple years ago you ran with the vintage guys. Hadn't been that long since you've been A-mod racing and B-mod racing a little bit. How different has it changed over the last 50 years?
In all honesty, it hasn't changed that much. I mean, we're spending a lot more money now. You know, technology is doing that to us. But just getting in the car and driving it wasn't that bad. I made a mistake early in the feature and gave some spots away, and I only got one of them back. But I didn't want to push the car. I told Dan there was a couple times I probably could have stuck it in there, but I didn't have that confidence to do that. And if I'd have tore it up, he'd have been mad at me. So I didn't do that.
Sure. Well, I mean, you started your career at, I believe, Riverside, in a what we would call a pure stock or street stock.
Yeah. Pure stock, street stock. The very first car we put together, it was a group of guys that I was working with, believe it or not, at McDonald's. And somebody said, "Oh, they're starting this class over at Riverside. You just take a stock car and, put a cage in it and some seat belts and go race." So we decided, well, that sounds cool. Well, a couple of guys had a car they were going around knocking mailboxes down with, and they thought, well, that'd be a perfect car. So we scrapped some money together, and we did it. Had a full bench seat, still had the windshield in it. I think the windshield wipers worked and the radio worked, and 2-point roll cage, and like I say, a full bench seat. First time I hit the corner, I just about fell out of the thing. So I drove one-handed, holding myself up. But I realized right away that I've got a lot to learn. Right. So we ran it a few times, and finally I got out of that and then went on to another deal and then started running my own cars after that.
Well, and there ain't much you haven't raced. I mean, I know you did some late model stuff back in the day, did some A-mod stuff. I mean, do you know how many feature wins?
I know we're right at 360 something. Once we hit 300, then it kind of slowed down. Right. And that's when the technology and the money started coming in, and it was just fun to keep track of it there for a while. And then as we I knew 400 was probably out of reach, right. But we kind of just kept going, and then got the bonus years with the vintage car. I never ran B-mods, so I never got to win one. Everything was late models or what it would be an A-mod, right. So, but I had fun over the years. I learned a lot. Looking back, it was a blast.
Yeah. How many track championships?
I don't, I've got my IMCA plaques are all hanging right there together, and I think there was 13 or 14 of those. But I didn't run just IMCA. So Dee counted up one time. She thought we were at 28, 28, 29, somewhere in there.
I got you. Well, and you've raced you've been, again, 50 years. So you probably raced Savannah. I know you raced Mayetta because I watched you do the flip down the backstretch, and one of the scariest races I've ever seen.
That's about where my career almost ended, right there.
Yeah, for sure. Ran at Old Pleasant Valley or not, is that Pleasanton. Right? Pleasanton. Yep. Probably even ran at Greg Clemens' racetrack there.
I did not, but believe it or not, that is where Dan, my son, won his very first A-mod race. It was on that little track in Greg Clemens' backyard.
Yeah, because that's what it was. It was his backyard. Yep. Springfield ran all. I'm sure you ran up in Iowa a bunch too with the IMCA days.
Yeah, we ran Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, of course, Missouri. I got just into Illinois at one track there, Arkansas, of course. And did I say Oklahoma? Yep. And didn't run Colorado, but we got as far as Goodland, Kansas, and that was 16 miles from Colorado.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we need to get together. I have an old video that my aunt made of my grandpa racing, and they used to run a fair series where they went from fair to fair to fair, and you can actually tell which fair they're at because each fair kind of has its own thing. Like Springfield, Illinois has its trolley car that goes across the top in Des Moines, and it was really cool. You'd get a kick out of seeing that whole thing.
Absolutely, and I love running the fair races, and it used to be most of them were in the daytime.
Yeah.
You know, I love the day races. I love the fair atmosphere. The people are excited. There's just so much going on, you know. And then of course the fair food. You can tell I didn't miss out on that.
For sure. Well, hey, Tom, thanks for coming. I know we've had a rough week with Mom passing, and I know she's up doing a little jig on them golden streets, I'm sure, right now with her maker. So I know that gives you a little peace for sure.
Yeah, she was having a rough time, and you know, she was ready to go quite a while ago. And these last couple of weeks, they just kept her comfortable, and I think she kind of lost her consciousness the last couple of days. And there was a couple times she opened her eyes, you know, and she'd look up. The one time that really got me in the heart, I was sitting there, I think I was looking at Facebook or something, and all of a sudden she just both arms straight up in the air. And she opened her eyes and she says, "Mom, Mom." So I'm thinking, well, something's going on here. But she's there now, so it's all good.
Well, I tell you what, I don't want to say I enjoyed, but I will tell you it's quite a testament. I watched every day on Facebook, you going and visiting Mom and giving us the updates, and it definitely shows your character and how much you loved her for sure.
Well, I started doing that Wednesday visit, you know, and I do it once a week, and it was kind of corny, and I was just doing it for entertainment. And then I thought, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then just that week, a guy that owns some sprint cars in Topeka, he stopped me. It was right here at this track, and he says, "I love that." I mean, and he was like 90 years old John Meinhold. Yeah. And he says, "I love that. I look forward to that every week." I said, "Well, I was thinking about quitting it." And he goes, No, you got to keep it going. Well, then the updates, you know, these last few weeks, I wasn't sure if I should be doing that, you know, but then that one went to almost 1,000 likes, and I thought, well, there's people out there watching, and there's people out there praying, and I appreciate that, and it just, you know, it got us all through it, and we're done now, and Mom's where she needs to be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks again, Tom, for coming and spending a little time with me. I'm going to say the old wily veteran instead of the dinosaur. But, hey, it's a pleasure. Austin, got anything for these guys tonight?
You know, I really don't know. That's why I got up here late. We had to make a few adjustments on both cars, actually. That penalty weight on that 32 car is really, you know, tough. It's hard, and he hasn't run it much. So he started in the back and kind of just stayed in the back. We'll have to see. We made some changes. And on his car, you know, what are you going to do with Brad Smith?
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it. Trust me. I ran second to him twice. In points right here at Valley Speedway. So trust me, I know.
Well, we're having fun. We got a couple more races to get through, and Austin's had a blast this year. We tried some stuff with our car earlier in the year, and it was a mistake. And we're getting back on track now and feeling a little bit better. But we just want to survive this and get to the end of the season.
I hear you. It's been a long one for sure. Well, Tom, thanks so much for coming and seeing me. I appreciate it. Know that our hearts are with you guys.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. All right, race fans, about 4 minutes till our first A feature event. So staff, if you would, get up into space or where you're supposed to be.
You got a copy on the receiver?
First feature pulling out the racetrack. Starting on the pole. In that 0 machine, that'd be Chase Galvin. Outside of him in that 43 machine, that'll be J.R. Billings. Inside row number 2. In that 15E machine, that is Ed Knoll. Outside of him in the 7, that is Spencer Rife. Inside row number 3, that is Mish Ross. Outside of him, the young gun, that 14-year-old, that is Eddie Knoll. And starting tailback on the field, the 86 of Blaine. Nulker.
All right, drivers, next time by we'll go 1 to go. Next time by we'll give you the 1 to go.
All right, Valley fans. Next time by will be our wave lap. Let's send these guys off with a bang here at Valley Speedway.
All right, drivers, this will be a 20-lap feature event. 20 laps. This will be your wave lap. We'll give you the 1 to go at the flag
in this
stand.
A1 Trading Post Pure Stock Heat race this evening. Let's let them hear it. This is your Wave Lap Valley Speedway.
All right, drivers, safety lights out. We'll start this at the cone in 4. Leader starts the race, 20 laps. Here we go.
All right, caution lights are out. 20 laps the distance. Chase Galvin, J.R. Billings, Knoll as they head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Green flag flies, green flag flies. High in the air, Billings gets a good run down the front stretch there. Working that high side, Galvin on the bottom, but to the point will be that 43 machine of Junior Billings. Junior Billings, Chase Galvin, Ed Knoll, and Spencer Rife with Eddie Knoll right there with them. Again, 20 laps the distance as we've got one crossed up there, able to save it. We're going to stay clean and green. Oh, no, the 0 of Chase Galvin. Around. Going to have to go to the tail.
All right, drivers.
Brings out the caution. Chase Galvin will have to tag the rear of the field. One lap, score 19 to go. Junior Billings to the point. Ed Knowles, Eddie Knoll. We'll go Delaware double file restart.
7 up 1 spot. 7 car up 1 spot.
Race command working to get these drivers lined up
on
here.
On the restart, 15E in or out. 15 is out.
Looks like
7
the
is
15
in.
going to take the outside. Put Spencer on the inside.
There you go. Then 86 out, 45 in, 0 out. All right, drivers, 1 lap down.
One lap down.
We got 1 in.
Caution lights are out.
Forward to cone. Here we go.
Here we go, Valley fans, as they head off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Green flag flies, high in the air, Junior Billings. Good start that time. Spencer Rife working that bottom side.
Ed Knowles right there with them, right on the rear bumper of that 43 machine. Does a little crossover move there, see if Ed Knowles can get to him, and can't quite. Your leader still, Junior Billings. Ed Knowles working that bottom side, trying to make it work as we've got him side by side going down the back stretch. Ed Knowles works that bottom side to perfection. We got a new leader that time by Junior Billings, Ed Knowles. Good battle there. Chase Galvin trying to make it up through the field. We got a long way to go as we've got 17 laps down, or 17 to go. Make that 16 to go that time by. 4 laps down. As Ed Knowles out to about not quite a second lead over Junior Billings. Eddie Knowles up to third, the 86 in fourth, and the 7 in fifth. 6 laps down, 14 to go. 6 laps down, 14 to go as we've got them 3 wide for that 4th, 5th, 6th place position as Chase Galvin battles back here after that spin, trying to get to the front, working that bottom side of the racetrack as we've got them side by side there for that 4th and 5th place position. Ed Knowles stretches out that lead to about 1.480. Eddie Knowles right there at the rear bumper of the 43 machine. The race on the racetrack getting ready to shape up is that 2nd and 3rd place position. But Chase Galvin up to 4th after that spin, trying to run them down. As we got 9 laps down, we'll be halfway home this time by as we're going to get into some lap traffic here really soon, as it looks like Mike Ross going to be the first car to go a lap down. Spencer Rife up into 5th. But here's a challenge for that 2nd place position. As Spencer Rife gets crossed up, able to hold it back up and going. Yes, we'll stay clean and green. But there's a good battle for that 2nd place position. Junior Billings and Eddie Knowles putting on a show right now side by side. As it looks like that lap car holding up your leader is that. But this time by, it looks like, nope, going to stay the same. Junior Billings in 2nd, Eddie Knowles in 3rd. Eddie Knowles working that bottom side, going to get that by him that time. Junior bobbles there just a little bit, coming off of 4, going to run back to that 15 machine. Eddie Knowles 5. But out front, I'm sure these guys are praying for a caution. It's out to about a 2-second lead that time by that 15 of Ed Knowles. Eddie Knowles in 2nd, trying to get around that lap car. Going to try to see if he can put a car in between him and Junior Billings. Junior battles back around, able to get around that lap car. Working that top side. As we're going to stay clean and green. Field stretched out here just a little bit. But your running order, Ed Knowles, Eddie Knowles, Junior Billings, Chase Galvin, Spencer Rife. That is your top 5. $18 down, 2 to go that time by. 18 down, 2 to go that time by. White flag up in the air for the 15E of Eddie Knowles. Eddie Knowles in second. Junior Billings, Chase Galvin, and Spencer Rife. But headed down the back chute through 3 and 4. Your feature winner tonight in your A1 trading post, that is Eddie Knoll. Ed Knoll in first. Eddie Knoll in second. Junior Billings, Chase Galvin, and Spencer Rife. That is your top 5. I'll head down trackside, get a word with
All
our
right, drivers,
winner.
that will be a complete race, drivers, complete race. All right, so we'll get the winner to the front straight and also car 45. Car 45, stop on the front straight for a contingency award.
Pulling into victory lane. Got his helmet off. Cooling that car down a little bit. As this racetrack's good and heavy tonight. But up. Let him hear it. Your feature winner in your A1 trading post, Eddie Knoll, gets a knife. Ed, how was the racetrack, my friend? Yeah, it was extremely fast. Working that top side, had to get through some traffic there. Had a good battle going on with you and Chase then looped it there. Let you get out a little bit in front there, but Eddie was running you back down.
I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, the deal with Chase, he was a little sideways, but I did barely touch him. I think he was a little a little crossed up, and then I was trying to get on the brakes. I think we just barely touched, but I am sorry that happened to him. I have raced with him for many, many years, and we've always had real good racing with each other, so I hope he understands that that wasn't totally me, but I didn't mean it no matter what, so.
Sure. Well, hey, who do you got to think gets you up and down the road every week to make this thing happen?
Well, I always say thanks Chris Littrell. He's a big part of this operation. He's the one that keeps all the power plants and everything we got. I sure do appreciate him, and I think he's the best there is. And people travel all over the country, and he's right here in our back door. So I do appreciate that. Appreciate my son, everything he does, my wife for taking care of us all the time. I got Dennis Elliott. He keeps all the Schaefer's oil in it. I certainly appreciate him. Catch the Fees or fishing poles are the best by far. Kathy and Aaron Minnick, they've been helping my son quite a bit. I appreciate them a ton. They helped us out actually just yesterday. I really appreciate them. Sam Schuler is a help from week to week. I see the guy very seldom when I do. He's always taking care of Eddie, and I really do appreciate that. And most of all, I just thank God that I still get to do this. And my wife put a senior thing on my car, so that's a little bit, everybody's been enjoying that. But anyways, the competition's great. Racetrack's perfect. And I sure appreciate everybody, and I thank God I get to do all this, and God bless everybody.
Well, hey, up to him one more time. Your feature winner tonight in your A1 trading post, Ed Knoll. Head back up to the tower. Get ready for our USRA B-Mod 25-lap A-Main event.
All right, drivers, you can start rolling around slowly. They're still clearing the front straight B-Mod, but you can start rolling.
Up next will be our USRA B-Mod A feature event. Starting on the pole in that 75, Procurement Networks. After picking up the feature win here last week, that is Sebastian Wolfenbarger. Outside of him in that 99 machine, Kenny's Tile. Sponsored machine, that is Brad Smith. Inside row number 2 in the Northland Mini Mix. Number 51 AM, that is High Flying Mike Ryan. Outside of him, currently third in points in that 36 machine out in Tonganoxie, Kansas, in that HBJ chassis, Travis Alexander. Inside row number 3, our current points leader, last year's track champion in that 81 machine, that is Austin Charles. Outside of him in that Elite Signs RNS automotive sponsor machine, that is the 14 Cameron Grindstaff. Inside row number 4 in the 5 car, that is Jeremy Lyle. Outside of him in that OK Tires number 16 machine, that is Josh Rensdorf. Inside row number 5, that's the 8 of Terry Bruner. Off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Green flag flies. Green flag flies. As we've got them side by side into 1 and 2. Sebastian Wolfenbarger on the bottom. Brad Smith on the top. Brad Smith. Sebastian Wolfenbarger, who's going to lead this first lap? That'll be Brad Smith. Brad Smith to the point. Wolfenbarger in second, but Wolfenbarger gets a good run. They're on the bottom side, trying to get around that 99 machine. High Flying Mike Ryan in third, but Brad Smith to the point. Wolfenbarger, High Flying Mike Ryan, and Lyle up to fourth. That is your top 4. As we've got 2 laps down, 23 to go. 2 laps down, 23 to go in this USRA B-Mod feature event. Racetrack, extremely racy. Looks like we've got multiple lines, top and bottom, as Wolfenbarger follows Brad Smith right in his same wheel tracks there. Changes it up there in 1 and 2. Gets a good run, pulls within about a car length and a half. We've got them 3 wide coming out of 4 for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place position between Lyle, Austin Charles, and Cameron Grindstaff. Good race going on there for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place position. But out front, 5, 6 laps down. Brad Smith ripping the lip as we still got them stacked up 2, maybe 3 wide there. Oh, Brad Smith, Sebastian Wolfenbarger gets right, good run there. Almost clips him there. But able to keep going. But Sebastian Wolfenbarger right there with Brad Smith. High Flying Mike Ryan in 3rd. Lyle in 4th. Austin Charles in 5th. But still a good battle up front as Sebastian Wolfenbarger pulls right there beside. We've got them side by side coming through 3 and 4. But Brad Smith will keep the lead that time by. Brad Smith, Sebastian Wolfenbarger, going to have some lap traffic come into effect here in just a few laps. We'll see how that changes up as Sebastian Wolfenbarger gets around the 99, but he will lead that lap. Brad Smith crosses him back over. White Castle served here at Valley Speedway. As we've got one around, yes we do. Bringing out the caution, Brad Smith and Sebastian Wolfenbarger serving up the White Castles. What a good race. We'll go to that last scored lap. I'll have to see what
Race Command says, but I believe it will be Sebastian Wolfenberger as we have 11 laps down. I believe it'll be 10 laps. 10 laps down, yes we do. 10 laps down, 15 to go in this A feature event. Sebastian Wolfenberger, because we go to the last scored lap.
All right.
Sebastian Wolfenberger out front,
so
Brad Smith in second, High Flying Mike Ryan in third, Jeremy Lyle in fourth, and Austin Charles in fifth. That is your top five.
8, 25, and then 16.
Working on getting everybody in the right spots as that caution come out for the 16th of Josh Randorf getting crossed up there in 1 and 2.
99 on the restart. 99 in or out.
We are going to go double file restart. Brad Smith
down.
going to the
51
outside.
is in. 05 you will be in. 05 you're in. 81 is out. 14 in. 36 out. Okay in. 8 out. 25 in. 16 is out.
All right, we've got them racked and stacked here. 10 laps down, 15 to go. Out to the point in that Procure It Networks. King's Trucking, number 75 of Sebastian Wolfenberger. Can he hold back that 99 machine? As again, they were serving up White Castles left and right there the last 2 laps before that caution come out. Going to head down the back chute into turn 3 into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing here at Valley Speedway. Brad Smith to the bottom. See if he's going to do a little slide job there on the 75. 75 battles back there on the top side. Brad Smith as Cameron Grindstaff gets a good run down the back chute. They're up into 5th over Austin Charles, looking for 4th. But Sebastian Wolfenberger out to the point there, working right there in the middle of the racetrack. High Flying Mike Ryan gets a good run, pulls within about a car length and a half of that 99 machine. 12 laps down this time by. 12 laps down this time by. Austin Charles gets a good run. We got a good battle for that 4th, 5th, and 6th places. We've got them 3 wide there between Lyle Grindstaff and Austin Charles. 13 laps down. Wolfenberger out to just about a second lead here. Bobbles just a little bit there. Hits up against the cush. Lead stays the same that time by as Brad Smith trying to run down that 75 machine. Again, race on the racetrack as they're that 4th, 5th, and 6th place position as Lyle up there high side hustling. Grindstaff on the bottom, Austin Charles trying to figure out which way to go to get around those cars as Lyle able to pull out about a car length advantage over that 14 machine. As we've got 15 down, 10 to go. 15 down, 10 to go that time by. As we still got a good battle for that 4th place position as Cameron Grindstaff battling with Jeremy Lyle as Austin Charles. Something bounced off the cush, got tight, allowed that 36 machine of Travis Alexander up into 5th. Still a good battle as we're going to get in some lap traffic before this thing is over. 18 down, 18 down, 7 to go, 18 down, 7 to go. Wolfenberger working that top side. Can he make it 2 in a row? Picked up a feature win here last week at Valley Speedway. Grindstaff gets up into 4th over Jeremy Lyle. Puts Jeremy Lyle back in 5th. As we've got the leader trying to get around some lap traffic of David Chapman. Able to get around him. Puts a car in between him and Brad Smith. High Flying Mike Ryan as we've got 21 down this time by. 4 to go, 21 down this time by. But watch that 14. He's been coming through the field there, working that bottom side. going to give a challenge to High Flying Mike Ryan, as that is the race on the racetrack.
Yellow's on.
Yellow is on. Yellow is on.
Exit of 4.
Caution
for
the 8 and the 16. 16, Josh Reinsdorf pointed the wrong way in a one-way. Sebastian Wolfenberger did not want to see that, as he'd gotten out to a 3.784 lead over Brad Smith. That'll bunch them all back up. But again, I'd watch that 14 machine of Cameron Grindstaff, as he's been slowly, just methodically picking through the field there on the bottom side. Found something down there on the bottom, but your leader trying to pick up 2 in a row here at Valley Speedway is a 16 machine of Josh Reinsdorf, able to restart, but will have to take it to the pit side, because that was the second caution.
99, in or out.
The lineup is correct. We're going to go
99's out.
Delaware double file restarters. We'll have 4 laps
05
remaining.
Out, 81 in, 36 out. Okay in, 25 out. All right, drivers, 21 down, 4 to go. 21 down, 4 to go.
4-lap dash to the
Green
finish.
flag this time.
Can that 75 machine of Sebastian Wolfenbarger hold off Brad Smith and Mike Ryan? And again, watch that 14 machine. He's going to pick off 1 or 2 more, working that bottom side to just almost perfection. As we head off into the Rob's Trucking restart zone, green flag flies, green flag flies. Wolfenbarger, High Flying Mike Ryan, Brad Smith. Lyle gets a good run there on the top side, gets back to around Cameron Grindstaff up into 4th. But Sebastian Wolfenbarger out to the point. But I'll get here, High Flying Mike Ryan trying to get a run on Brad Smith. Wolfenbarger, Brad Smith. Brad gets a good run that time. Pulls within about a car length, as we'll have 23 down this time by. White flag next time by for the 75 machine. Brad Smith working that top side, trying to run that 75 machine down. White flag going to come out this time by, as Cameron Grindstaff gets back around Lyle and right to the left rear quarter panel of High Flying Mike Ryan. Grindstaff working that bottom side as Sebastian Wolfenbarger hustles them on down through 3 and 4. And your feature winner will be Sebastian Wolfenbarger, Brad Smith, High Flying Mike Ryan, Cameron Grindstaff, and Lyle. That is your top 5. Head down track side to get a word with our feature winner.
Complete race. We'll get the winner to the front straight along with and we'll get the OK to the front straight for the contingency award. 75 and OK.
Getting his helmet off. Pulled into victory lane. Up and out of the car. Your USRA B-Mod feature winner of the night, Sebastian Wolfenbarger. Getting a hug from the girlfriend. A little hug from the daughter. Making it 2 in a row. Sebastian, come over and get with me. You get your photo taken. Getting hugs from everybody. 2 in a row, my friend.
Yeah, I can get used to this. Car was great, and I thank my brother enough for letting me wheel this thing the last 2 months, and it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be out here and trying to chase the championship. So,
well, it was definitely a good night for you, as Austin Charles, I believe, finished 6th on the field. So definitely picked up some points, as you guys are pretty close for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I just can't thank everybody enough that gets these cars up and down the road. It takes a lot to do that, and very tiring.
I hear you. Well, who do you got to thank? I know you got the family, but who else makes this happen for you?
Just my cousin Chris, my uncle Scotty, my brother, of course, and if it wasn't for my pops, none of us would be here. So
that's for sure. Hey, you're a feature winner tonight in your USRA 2 in a row, Sebastian Wolfenbarger. See, picking up the contingency agreement. Congratulations. First time here at Valley Speedway.
First time here, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know you well enough to know your name without looking at it on a screen.
Tracy Killian.
Tracy Gillian. Tracy, good to have you here. We really appreciate it. What'd you think of the racetrack tonight?
Yeah, I liked it. Real well. Being my first time here, took me a little bit to get used to it. Stayed nice and tacky. The track was fast. We started 10th, finished 8th. It was a good night for us. We just basically came out to do some testing, but it was really good.
Well, hopefully you'll come back and see us again. Hey, congratulations again on winning that contingency.
Thank you.
All right, Mod Lights, you can slowly start rolling. The front straight's clearing out now. Mod Lights, you can slowly start rolling. All right, driver's front straight's cleared off now.
All right. Up next will be our IMCA Mod Light Division. Ryan White in that 31 machine. We start on the pole. Outside of him, Jimmy Massey in that 69 machine, starting inside row number
This will be a 20
2 in the 8N machine. That's William Nobles. Starting outside of him in that 34 machine, that's Tyler Farrell. Inside row number 3 in that 41 machine, that is Michael Rafferty. And outside of him,
drivers, this will be your wave lap right
in that 3 machine, that is Nathan Wolf. Out the inside row number 4, doing an interview earlier today and during intermission in that 75 machine, that is Justin Rafferty. And outside of him, the 47 of Ed Griggs. Starting 9th on the field in that 98 machine, Jeff Rafferty. Outside of him, Dylan Rafferty. And inside row number 6 in that 04 machine, Zach Christopher. Outside of him, John Gunn. Off into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Got to be side by side of the zone. Green flag high in the air. Here we go. 3 wide at the flag stand. Michael Rafferty working that bottom side. Justin Rafferty catfishing around the bottom. That doesn't happen very often. As going to lead his first feature lap. Yes, he will. led his first heat lap. Now is feature. That is Ryan White.
Drivers, caution is on. There's a
Caution is on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. But how about that? Picking up. Only been in that car 8 times. A rookie racer. Led a heat race lap and a feature lap. As we got one lap down, 19 to go.
One down. He's the only one that didn't cross, so we're going to go with one down. So put him single file so I can check the lineup.
So the 31 of Ryan White picking up his very first lap led. Again, rookie here, been running about 8, maybe 9 nights now here at Valley Speedway.
All right, so it's 31, 8 in, 41 is how you came across the first lap. 31, 8 in, 41. 31 up to the front. 3 in front of 98, 3 in front of 98.
Go to the last scored lap. We did score 1 lap. Ryan White, Nobles, Rafferty, Wolf. That is your top 5.
8 in is out.
19 laps to go. As we will go Delaware double file restart here.
46 out, 34 in, 69 out, 47 in, 04 out, C4 in, 84 out, 22 at the tail.
1 to go at the flag stand as the lineup is correct. Ryan White out on the point in that 31 machine. 1 lap down, 19 to go in this IMCA Mod Light feature
event. All right,
event.
driver, safety lights out. We're going green flag this time. The leader starts it in 4th cone.
Head off into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Get on the loud pedal. Green flag high in the air. Michael Rafferty with a really good start that time. Justin Rafferty follows right behind him. But Ryan White able to hold off that pack of wolves up into 3rd at Jeff Rafferty. Oh, as we've got them stacked up 2 by 2. But your leader that time by Justin Rafferty. Michael Rafferty in 2nd. Jeff Rafferty in 3rd. Ryan White, but Dylan Rafferty coming through the field here as we've got something awry on the 98 machine of Jeff Rafferty. That Wholesale's battery car pulls to the infield. Justin Rafferty, 4 laps down. Oh no! Something broke on the 75 machine.
Car slowing 2.
Heartbreak for the 75 Wholesale battery sponsored machine of Justin Rafferty out to the lead.
47 last completed lap.
Something happens on that car. He's got it rolling again. Don't know if it popped out of gear or what happened. As his dad is in the infield there. Something awry on the 98
All right,
machine.
Driver's lineup is correct.
Whatever it was, it looks like he's going to be able to get it refired. Don't know what happened there. Car shut off.
All right, 46, in or out, 46.
Hate to see that heartbreak for that.
46 is out, 3 is in.
As we've got 4 laps down, 16 to go.
24 out, 04 in, 69 out, 22 in, C4 out, 84 in, 75 out. All right, we'll go 1 to go when you come around this time, drivers. I'll give you 1 to go.
All right, we're going to give him 1 to go next time. Bye. Love to see that rookie in that 31 machine, Ryan White, having a good run tonight in the top 5. Led his first feature lap on lap 1. Love
All right,
seeing that
drivers,
for that
safety
young
lights on,
driver.
green flag this time, 4 down, 20 scheduled. Here we go.
Caution lights are out. 4 laps down, 16 to go. As Michael Rafferty heads him down the back chute into turns 3 and 4 into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Green flag high in the air. And we are back racing here at Valley Speedway. 3 wide for that second place position there for just a moment. Dylan Rafferty gets a good run down the back stretch, pulls to the rear bumper of his brother. Going to do a little crossover move. See if we've got a new leader that time by. We do not. It is still Michael Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty works that bottom side. Got a new leader coming out of 2. Justin Rafferty able to rebound already up into the top 6. But out to the point, Dylan Rafferty. As we've got 7 laps down, 13 to go. 7 laps down, 13 to go. Don't know what happened there. Oh, Michael Rafferty around. Collects the 47 of Ed Griggs.
Drivers, give him single file so I can check the lineup, please.
Looks like the 41 went around by himself. Going to have to
41
tag the tail.
Tailback. 41 has to start tailback.
Unfortunately, collecting that 47 machine of Ed Griggs.
All right, so it's
Gonna have to get him down there on the hook.
3, 34, 75, 31, 8N, 04, 22, 69, C4, 84, 41.
Seven laps down, 13 to go in this IMCA Mod Light A feature event as we work to get Ed Griggs up on the hook, collected when Michael Rafferty went around there.
04, the blue car, and 8N, you're in front of that blue car that's beside you. Lineup is good, 7 down, 20 scheduled.
Lineup is correct.
Restart,
Race Command talking to these races.
In,
on their
around, 75 in, 31
race receivers. Good rebound after that car
22 in, 69 out,
shut off or popped out of gear. We don't know what quite happened there with the 75, but 75 up into 4th place.
All right, lineup's good.
Again, really like the fact that 31 running the top 5. Good run for that young man as they get that 47 machine up and off the racetrack. All right, got that 47 machine up on the hook. Something broke in that front end when he
all right, drivers
had
are
that 41 machine
back
of
to the pits, but we should
Michael Rafferty.
1 to go this time. We should be able to give you the 1 to go this time.
As the caution lights will go out, and we'll go green flag this next time by Dylan Rafferty to the point. Nathan Wolf, Tyler
Farrell, Justin Rafferty, and Ryan White. That is your top 5. Again, 7 laps down,
All
13
drivers,
to
caution
go.
lights are out. Green flag this time. 7 down, 20 scheduled. We'll go green flag this time.
As they come down the back chute into turn 3 and 4, into the Rob's Trucking restart zone, they get on the loud pedal. Green flag fly in the air. And we are back racing here at Valley Speedway. Dylan Rafferty, Tyler Farrell, Justin Rafferty. Justin Rafferty with a good run there. Able to get around that. Nathan Wolf, it looks like that time. No, Nathan Wolf battles back, pushing Farrell down the front stretch, trying to get around that 37 machine of Tyler Farrell. As we are 3 wide, going into 3 and 4 for that second place position. Justin Rafferty. Nope, Nathan Wolf will hold him off that time by. Nathan Wolf, Justin Rafferty, Tyler Farrell. Justin Rafferty gets a good run down the backstretch, but does he have enough time to run down that 46 machine of Dylan Rafferty as we are halfway home? 10 down, 10 to go in this IMCA Mod Light A feature event tonight. Good battle for that 6th and 7th place position there between Michael Rafferty and Nobles there in the 8 machine. Dylan Rafferty out to a 2.270 second lead. All right, 14 down, 6 to go. Make that 15 down, 5 to go. 4 fingers and a thumb left in this A feature event. $16 down, 4 to go. As that leader stretched out that lead by about 0.2 of a second that time by. Gonna have some lap traffic play into effect here. We'll see how that changes things up. As 17 down, 3 to go. 17 down, 3 to go. Dylan Rafferty hustling down the back straight. Justin Rafferty, Nathan Wolf, that is your top 3. Michael Rafferty in 4th, Tyler Farrell in 5th, as a white flag that time by for the 46 machine of Dylan Rafferty. A checkered will fly for that 46 machine of Dylan Rafferty. Justin Rafferty in 2nd, Michael Rafferty 3rd, Nathan Wolf, and Tyler Farrell. That is your top 5. I'll head down trackside, get a word with
All right, drivers,
our feature
that is
winner.
a complete race. Good job, everybody, tonight. We'll get the winner and then car number 69. 69 for the contingency winner to the front straight. 6-9. Now 69, stay out there with the winner so you can grab your contingency prize, please. Thank you, sir. right, E-Mods, if you want to hang out like around turn 4, and then we'll get you guys, just kind of stop on the exit of 4, and then we'll get you guys up here to the front where we can do the Frisbee thing.
All righty, fans, got the helmet off. Up and out of the car, your feature winner tonight, Dylan Rafferty. Dylan had to work through some traffic there. The racing service tonight can run just about anywhere.
Oh, that track was awesome tonight. It was cowboy up, elbows up, hammer down.
Yeah, for sure it was. Hey, what else do you got going on? You know, race season's almost over. You got any big race money race? You're going to go south here? What are you thinking? You're going to go to Florida again? I've seen you down there before racing over the winter. What's on your plans for the rest of the season?
Next weekend, trying to wrap up a national championship, leading right now, so hopefully hold on one more week and go for 5 in a row. There's 1 or 2 more in Iowa. Some people's trying to get me to go to, then we'll see about where if we go chase some winter nationals again.
I hear you. Well, hey, your IMCA Mod Light feature winner of the night, Dylan Rafferty. And picking up your contingency tonight, how you doing, my friend? Win the contingency.
Thank you.
Only been here a couple nights.
Yes.
Is it Mazzy or Macy?
Just like the tractor.
Just like, so it's a Massey.
It's a Massey.
It's a Massey. All right. Well, now I know what I'm saying. But congratulations up on picking the contingency.
Appreciate it.
Hope,
Appreciate everybody put in for it.
Yeah, love you guys. You've been here a little bit this season.
Yep.
And like seeing that. So.
Yep. Sat out last season because of a back injury and surgery, and coming back this year had some problems. Not been a great season. Finally got the car running better. Now to get it handling better, we're making improvements.
There you go. Well, hey, thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Up next on the racetrack will be our high-flying class of the night. King of Kansas E-Mod Division. Extra money and a belt to take home tonight. Who's going to do it? I tell you, it could be can Race Martin, our 2025 track champion, take it home? Or will it be that Zero Machine of there on the inside? Going to be a heck of a race, I got a feeling. What? I ain't trying to be wise.
All right, E-Mods, watch for the officials to direct you, and you can start rolling around to the front straight. Watch for the officials to direct you in.
All right, we got him up and out of the car.
little discussion. Yeah, I'm getting out of range there. Signed. My goodness. In this Dakota Gerard up a win here earlier this year.
Yeah, we've had. We're leading the national championship in Power I, so car's been pretty good. Hopefully we can pick up another one tonight. There's a lot of good cars here tonight, and it's going to be a pretty tough one.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, give that thing a throw. Martin. Our 2025 track champion, Race Martin, starting outside front row. Race, you got anything for this zero car?
I hope so. We got a lot of fast cars out here tonight. We're going to see what happens, but we're going to put the pedal to the floor and give her hell.
I hear you. Well, hey, give that thing a throw. Hey, looky here. Mike Ryan doing double tonight in his son's car. I'm assuming Cole.
Yeah, Cole's at work, and he said, Dad, if you don't take it, I'm going to be mad. So here we are.
I hear you. Well, hey, give that thing a throw up in the air. Let one of these lucky fans win it. Up next, in that Kenny's Tile sponsored machine, Dylan Smith. Dylan, Dad almost made it happen.
Almost.
Are you going to be able to make it happen tonight?
I'm going to try.
Yeah, going to get up on the wheel, makes that thing go. You picked up a feature win earlier this year, or maybe last year at Electric City, I believe, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought so. An extremely fast car with a heritage of racing here. Dylan, give that thing a throw. And then, up next, the birthday boy. I heard that it's your birthday, Jeremy Curlis.
Yeah, it is.
It's Jeremy Curlis's birthday. Your local boy right here from Green Valley, Missouri. You got anything for these guys?
I sure hope so. I don't know. It's going to be tough.
I hear you. There's some fast cars. Give that thing a throw. Let one of these lucky fans get that Frisbee. That's a good throw, Jeremy. My goodness. Look at here. Young gun. One of our young guys here at Valley Speedway. Race last night at US6 and here tonight. Think for these guys? There sure is. That's for sure. Well, hey, give that Frisbee a throw. Let one of these lucky fans. Up next, Brian Myers. Brian Myers always a contender every time he comes here to Valley Speedway. Brian, racetrack's a little different than it has been. A little heavy, a little hammer down. You got anything for these guys tonight?
I got my work cut out for me. There's a lot of fast guys in front of me, and there's some fast guys behind me, so we'll see what happens.
I hear you. Well, hey, give that thing a throw. Let one of these lucky fans win. Kevin White messed our little lineup over here. I got to go all the way down here. I'm going to call him out on it. They told you to go there? Doggone it, man. I had to walk all the way down here. All right, fair enough. I appreciate that. I tell you, these give out, that's for sure. Kevin, you got anything for these guys tonight?
I do.
All right.
Listen, not right.
Race. All right. Hey, give that thing a whiz. Throw for Kevin White, able to get it over. I said he was trying to get it to his mom. Austin Charles pulling double duty tonight in the Manthe Motorsports, number 32. You got anything? I mean, starting back here in the back a little bit, had a rough heat race. Had some heavy hitters in that heat race. You got anything for these guys?
Well, all I can say is I can just try to go ahead and get to the front. I mean, this car's been really good for us, and we learned a lot about this car up in Minnesota trip. That was wild. The tracks were different up there, right. So we'll see what we can do tonight.
I hear you. Well, you know I've won in that car, so I know it can win. Yeah. Give that thing a throw. All right, one of our young guns. Rookie season, Cameron England. I appreciate you, man. You've had some good runs, good heat races. Can't seem to put it all together, but you're getting better and better every single week.
Yeah, we just had a kind of a rough night tonight. The car was really tight in the heat race. So we loosened it up a lot, and we'll just see what we can do. Hopefully we can come back in one piece.
There you go. Well, hey, give that thing a throw. Let these fans get one. Butcher your last name. I've always butchered your last name. I'm probably going to continue to butcher. Do I really? Gout. Gauk. Well, you know, picked up your first feature win earlier this year. You got anything for these guys tonight?
I don't know if I do. The car's good, but there's some fast drivers out here. You know, I'm just trying not to bend the car, and just want to thank these guys beside me for supporting me this whole season, man. It's been a wonderful pleasure, and I love the staff here. When I put my car on the lid, they took care of me. First responders are great. It's a great track.
Yeah. Well, hey, give that thing a throw. Let one of the fans. After a week, Dad stinking up the show running with the B-Mods. No, I'm kidding, Josh. Josh and raced with Josh for years. Adam, how you doing, my young man? Good. Man, you haven't been here. You know, had to work on an engine, been trying to get back and forth. But, hey, I mean, you're here tonight. I know you can run up front. Are you going to go to the front, my friend?
Hopefully.
Well, hey, give that thing a whiz. You know, don't do this very often, but I got a first-time racer in the house doing a little driving in a car he sponsors. Emmy not in the car tonight, and you had an interesting heat race. How was it going over the cush there in 2 and bouncing off the wall?
The grass was real smooth. Guardrail's pretty tight.
Yes, it is. And it's funny how you pick up speed in that grass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, hey, give that thing a whiz, and let's get this thing started. I'm going to head up trackside as these guys get strapped, and we'll get going with our feature event, 20 laps of distance for our King of Kansas City, E-Mod feature event. All right. These guys all getting strapped in these cars. And window nets up, safety equipment on. Get these cars fired off. They're going to back up and get lined up here. Again, our King of Kansas City, 20 laps the distance. Who's going to take the belt home tonight here at Valley Speedway? Starting on the pole in the Zero Machine, leading the Power Eye Midwest Mod points in that Zero Machine. That's Dakota Gerard. Starting outside of him, the 2025 track champion here at Valley Speedway. Picked up 9 wins on the season in that 75 machine. That is Race Martin. Inside row number 2 in that 51C machine. That's High Flying Mike Ryan. Outside of him, the young gun Dylan Smith in the 98 machine. Son of B-Mod royalty Brad Smith. Starting outside row number 2. Starting inside row number 2, the birthday boy, 33X of Jeremy Curlis. Starting outside of him in the 75B, that is Braden Royce. Starting inside row number 4 in that 9 machine, that's Brian Myers. Starting outside of him in the 33 machine, that's Kevin White. Starting 5th row inside in the 32 machine, that is Austin Charles. And starting outside of him in the 03 machine, that's Cameron England. The 14P of Adam Paul starts 6th row inside. Outside of him, the 27K of Jim Kalk. And starting tailback on the field, first time ever racing a race car, that is Lord Weird in the 11E. 20 laps of distance in our nightcap of the evening. Can Race Martin make it 3 in a row? Or will the Zero Machine of Gerard pick up his second feature win of the season here at Valley Speedway? Or will it be that young gun in that 98 machine picking up the belt tonight, Dylan Smith? We'll know in 20 laps, as the next lap by will be our parade lap. Again, 20 laps of distance.
All right, drivers, this will be your wave lap. We'll give you 1 to go this time.
As they come through 3 and 4, let's send these drivers off with a big old wave. Here we go. Somebody taking home the belt tonight.
All right, drivers, safety lights out. Race starts at 4 at the cone, 20 laps.
All right, safety lights are out. 20 laps of distance. Going to take them into 3 and 4 into the Rob's Trucking start zone. Got to be side by side at the cone. They are. Green flag flies. Gerard gets a good jump that time. Race Martin battling there on the top side. High flying Mike Ryan with a good run there on the bottom as we got them stacked up 2 by 2 behind the leader, Race Martin. Bobbles there a little bit, jumps the cushion, allows Dylan Smith to get around him as Jeremy Curlis up into 3rd. Dylan Smith gets a good run down the back chute. Set in P4, wants to be P3 over Jeremy Curlis, and he is that time as high flying Mike Ryan to the lead. Mike Ryan, Gerard, good battle for that first and second place position as Mike Ryan working that bottom shelf to perfection. And Gerard right there with him, Smith and Curlis and Race. That is your top 5. Racetracks changed a ton. But out to the point, high flying Mike Ryan. Five laps down, 15 to go. 5 laps down, 15 to go as we're going to get into some lap traffic here shortly. See how that affects high flying Mike Ryan and Gerard Smith working that top side, challenging for that second place position.
As a good race between Jeremy Curlis and Race Martin there. High flying Mike Ryan puts a car length between him and the 0 of Gerard Smith right there with him as they're trying to get around that lap traffic of Weirs. But out to a 1.96 second lead. That is high flying Mike Ryan. 7 laps down, make that 8 this time by. 8 laps down. Halfway next time by. 10 down. Oh, we got one around the 27 of Jim Gout.
Yellow's on,
brings out the caution. 9 laps down, 11 to go. And the 27 K brings out the caution as high flying Mike Ryan had gotten out to a 2.30 second lead. Mike Ryan did not want to see that. Going to bunch them all back together as high flying Mike Ryan had that car on kill tonight. Lot of race left.
All right, 03, 27K, 14P. Go around that 11 car, please. That car is a lap down.
Looks like some right side damage there on the 98 of Dylan Smith getting into the wall, coming off of 4 there. But all good. Gonna be able to keep going, as I believe lineup is correct as Race Command working with them.
03 up 1 spot.
Nope, not quite together. As
03 in front of 33. 03 in front of 33. 27K, you're behind the 14. The car, you're behind the white car following behind there. All right, drivers.
All right, lineup is correct.
0 in or out, 0. 0's out, 98 in, 33 in, 75 out, 9 in, 75B out, 03 in, 33 out, 14P in, 27K out.
All right, 9 laps down, 11 to go.
Lights out, we'll go green flag racing this time, drivers.
Caution light is out, blue, green flag this next time by.
Again, we've got 11 laps remaining.
11 laps to go. High flying Mike Ryan doing double duty tonight. Oh, I don't know if Race Command is going to let that one go.
Yellow's
as
on,
the 98
yellow's
of
on.
Dylan Smith jumped there just a little bit.
Try that again. 51 starts the race. Got to be behind him until he starts it. Let's try it again.
Race Command talking to these drivers in their receivers. Race car has to be at the rear, not beside. As Dylan Smith had jumped the start there just a little bit. Cameron English getting turned around. He'll have to get refired here and rejoin the field as Austin Charles goes into the hot pit and coming back out. He'll have to tag the rear of the field as
drivers yellow's going to
yellow. Going to stay on as we were getting that car back onto the racetrack. All right, we'll give them to 1 to go this time. Bye.
All right, drivers. We had a car in the hot pit that I missed. That was on me. We'll go 1 to go this time, 1 to go this time.
All right, 10 down. 10 to go.
Safety lights out. Here we go.
The red one. All right, headed down in the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Green flag flies, green flag flies. High flying Mike Ryan. Gerard on the top side, Smith on the bottom. As we've got them stacked up 2 by 2 behind high flying Mike Ryan. As Gerard gets a good run that time. down the front stretch, working that top shelf. Dylan Smith working the bottom there. And Race Martin up to 4th. That is your top 4 as we've got 11 down. Make that 12 down. That time by. 12 down. That time by.
Right,
Caution on the racetrack for the 27K of Gout. Yep.
All right, 27, you got to take him for the pits for 2 cautions.
That'll be the second caution for that 27K machine of Jim Gout. He'll have to take that back pit side.
All right, 32 up 1 spot, 32 up 1 spot. And then lineup will be correct with 12 down, 8 to go.
All right, lineup is correct.
0.
$12 laps down, 8 lap shootout.
11 down, 9 to go.
I'm sorry, 11 laps
51
down.
starts the race in 4 drivers. 51 to start the race, be in 4.
9 laps remaining. Who's taking home the belt? So far, Mike Ryan led every lap so far. Gets on the loud pedal, green flag flies, High flying Mike Ryan. Working that bottom side. Gerard on the top side. Gerard gets a good run. Do a little crossover move here. Try to get underneath that 51 machine. Does a bump. High flying Mike Ryan able to hold him off that time by. High flying Mike Ryan. Gerard, Smith, Curlis. That is your top 4. As something broke on the 0 machine. Going to be up and off the racetrack. I think we've got a right front down.
Yellow's on.
Believe there's a right front down on the 0 machine as him and Mike Ryan have gotten together there. But up to 4th in that 32 machine. From up here, I don't see a tire down. So not sure what's wrong with that 0 machine.
Last completed lap, 51, 98, 75.
All right. Race command working as something broke on that car.
All right, drivers, you
Gonna have to give him a push
now,
off.
let's keep them single file here while I figure out if this car needs a hook or what we got to do here. So
As we
lineup
get
is
that
good.
car of
12 down,
Dakota
8 to go.
Gerard off the racetrack. Hate to see that for that young man running second. When that happened, extremely fast race car.
All right, on the restart, 98, in or out 98.
All right.
98's out, 75 is in, 33 you will be in, 32 is out, 9 in, 75B is out, 14P in.
Austin Charles with a good recovery up to 5th. As we'll give him the 1 to go the next time by. As the lineup is correct. 12 laps down, 8 to go.
All right, driver, safety lights out, green flag this time. 51 starts it in 4. Let's need to be behind him till he starts it. 12 down, 8 to go. Here we go.
12 down, 8 to go. High flying Mike Ryan leads them down the back chute into turns 3 into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Green flag high in the air. We are racing as, Brian Myers crossed up. There on that restart. Yellow is on.
Car spun in 4.
Star spun in 4, the 9 of Brian Myers.
right, let's put them single file so I can get it squared away and lined up. 51, 98, 75, 33, 32, 9, 75B, 14P, 3303.
All right. Again, no scored lap that time by, so 12 laps.
9, you'll go in front of the 11
down,
car.
8 to
9,
go.
You'll go up one spot in front of the 11 car. Go behind the 03 and in front of the 11 car at 9. On the restart, 98, in or out 98, 98's out, 75 in, 33 in, 32 out, 75B in, 14
All
out,
right,
33
lineup
in,
is correct. We're going to get them racked
9
and
in,
stacked
11
here.
out. All right, drivers, safety lights will
Safety
go out.
lights
We'll,
are
12
out.
down with 8 to go, 12 down with 8 to go. We'll go green flag this time. 51 starts it in 4.
High flying Mike Ryan. Led every lap so far. Off into the Rob's Trucking restart zone. Green flag high in the air. Good start that time for high flying Mike Ryan. Hits that spot right there down at the bottom as we've got him side by side right behind him. Dylan Smith in second. Yes, he does. High flying Mike Ryan out front. Race Martin. But a good battle. As looking there, Adam Paul all the way up to 8th. From the tail. $14 down that time by high flying Mike Ryan. Dylan Smith. Race Martin, that is your top 3. As we'll have 16 down, 4 to go. 16 down, 4 to go that time by as the race on the racetrack is for that 4th and 5th place position between Jeremy Curlis. But this time by Dylan Smith cuts into the lead that time by about a half second. Dylan Smith gets a good run down the back chute as we're going to have the white flag out this next time by. Dylan Smith found something. Cole Ryan, Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith throws it in there on the top side, trying to get to that 51 machine as we've got a lap car here. Let's see if that plays into effect. But your feature winner tonight, your King of Kansas City, high flying Mike Ryan. Dylan Smith in second. Race Martin in third. Jeremy Curlis and Josh Paul.
All right, drivers, that will be
good run.
Race drivers.
I'll head down trackside to get a last
51 to
word
the
with our
straight for the win.
feature winner.
Car 11E to the front straight for the contingency. 51 and 11E to the front straight.
Valley fans pulling up into victory lane, getting his helmet off, doing double duty tonight, picking up the King of Kansas City, high flying Mike Ryan. Mike, come over here and talk with me. Grab that bell over here and talk to me. You can't borrowing a car, come down here, double duty tonight. What do you think, man? It's been a while since you've been to Victory Lane.
Yeah. For helping me out and make this happen. Cole, my wife, my daughter, all my buddies that wrench on these cars and drink beer.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, hey, who you got to think get done tonight?
I got to thank everybody. Cole put it all together for me.
I hear you. Well, hey, how's it feel? King of Kansas City, E-Mod, feature winner tonight, high flying, Mike Ryan, even though you were Mr. Catfish tonight. Picking up the contingency, first time ever in a race car. How about it, young man? What do you think? I mean, you made it through the full race.
That was the goal.
That was the goal. Well, you did it, man. You did it. I mean, that's half the battle right there is finishing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I hear you. Well, congratulations, Valley fans. Give it up to one more time. Your